Love doesn't die because of time. It dies because we stop choosing each other. If you want a relationship that lasts, listen closely. Welcome to Connected Souls. I'm Leila Hormozi, here to help you heal, back, grow, and thrive in love. Love can feel like magic when it begins. The rush of excitement, the butterflies in your stomach, the way time seems to stop when you are around someone. It all feels powerful and undeniable. Back. But those feelings, as intoxicating as they are, cannot carry a relationship forever. What sustains a bond over the years is not just the chemistry of attraction, but the foundation of shared values. Take it back. When two people see the world in alignment, they don't just connect on an emotional level, they connect on a life mission level. They know where they are going, why they are going there, back, and how they want to live along the way. Think about the couples who stand the test of time. They aren't together because passion never fades. They are together because their values keep them walking the same road. Shared values act like the compass that always points north, even when storms shake the relationship. You can have two people who deeply love each other, but if one values freedom, while the other values security, conflict becomes unavoidable. They aren't bad people, they are just misaligned in their blueprint for life. Without that alignment, the relationship feels like two people rowing in opposite directions, exhausting themselves without progress. Feelings can be deceptive because they change with circumstances. You can feel in love one moment and frustrated the next, but values remain steady anchors in shifting tides. For example, if kindness is a core value for both partners, they'll argue, but never with cruelty. If growth is a shared value, challenges won't break them. They'll use those challenges as a reason to grow stronger together. The truth about lasting relationships is that feelings may spark connection, but shared values guarantee endurance. That is why passion without principles burns out, but principles can reignite passion endlessly. Imagine building a house on sand. It may look beautiful at first, but when the winds come, it crumbles. That's what a relationship feels like without a solid foundation of values. On the other hand, when you build on rock, storms come, but the structure holds firm. Relationships built on values like loyalty, respect, honesty, and growth may bend, but they don't break. Even when emotions fade temporarily, those values keep the partners choosing each other. They remind them of the deeper reasons why they started the journey together in the first place. Many people mistake compatibility for shared values. Compatibility often means you enjoy similar hobbies, might laugh at the same jokes, or like spending time together. But values go much deeper. They dictate how you make decisions, handle conflict, raise a family, manage money, and approach life's toughest challenges. Compatibility makes relationships fun, but values make them last. Without them, even the strongest attraction eventually turns into frustration. With them, even the toughest seasons can be endured with unity and purpose. It's not always easy to uncover what truly matters to someone. At the start, attraction blinds us to misalignment and we project our hopes onto the other person. But as time goes on, values reveal themselves in daily choices. How does this person handle stress? How do they treat others when no one is watching? How do they respond to failure or success? These moments reveal values more clearly than words ever could. And once those values are revealed, alignment or misalignment becomes obvious. The strongest relationships are not those without conflict, but those where conflict is resolved through shared values. When two people argue, values dictate whether they fight to win or fight to understand. If both value respect, they can disagree without tearing each other down. If both value accountability, they own their mistakes instead of blaming each other. If both value growth, they see every disagreement as an opportunity to strengthen the bond. This is why values act as an invisible glue, holding two people together when emotions alone would have pushed them apart. Take it back. Love that is only about passion eventually feels unstable, like a fire that burns bright but consumes itself quickly. But love built on values feels steady, like a flame that endures, fueled by something deeper than emotions. It becomes about choosing a life together, not just enjoying moments together. When values align, love matures into partnership. And partnership is what carries people through the seasons of life. Through joy, through struggle, through change, and through uncertainty. That's the kind of love that doesn't just survive, it thrives. When we admire couples who have lasted decades, it's rarely because they never lost passion, but because they never lost alignment. They built their love on more than feelings. They built it on principles that neither time nor hardship could erase. They chose values over fleeting emotions. They chose purpose over convenience. And that choice gave them resilience, stability, and trust that others only dream of. That is the difference between love that fades and love that lasts a lifetime. A relationship cannot stay alive if only one person is evolving. Growth is the lifeblood of connection. And when one partner expands while the other remains stagnant, the gap between them eventually feels too wide to cross. At first, it might not seem noticeable. One person learns, improves, and adapts while the other's content stay the same. But over time, conversations feel different, priorities no longer align, and the bond begins to weaken. What once felt like unity slowly transforms into distance. Not because love is gone, but because growth was not shared. Real love pushes both people forward, not just one. It thrives when each partner brings out the best in the other. When accountability is as present as affection. A lasting bond isn't about comfort zones. It's about evolving together. Comfort alone may feel safe, but safety without growth becomes suffocating. The truth is, human beings are wired to grow, to change, to adapt, and to dream bigger. And if one person feels that spark while the other chooses to stay still, resentment slowly builds. One feels held back, the other feels pressured, it back. And the relationship begins to strain. The healthiest relationships function as mirrors and catalysts at the same time. A mirror shows you your flaws and your weaknesses and your blind spots, it back, while a catalyst ignites your potential and pushes you beyond your limits. When both partners take on these roles for each other, growth becomes mutual. They learn together, fail together, adapt together, back, and celebrate wins together. Every challenge becomes a shared lesson. Every success becomes a shared victory. This kind of dynamic builds not just love, but also respect, admiration, and deep partnership. Back. Consider how powerful it feels when your partner challenges you in the right way. Not with judgment, but with encouragement. Not with pressure, but with belief in your potential. It back. That energy awakens something inside you that makes you want to rise higher. And when the roles are reversed, when you provide the same drive and support, growth no longer feels lonely. It feels like a shared mission. This is how couples transform from simply existing together to thriving together. Growth becomes the common language that strengthens their bond through every stage of life. Back. Stagnation is one of the silent killers of relationships. It rarely destroys the bond suddenly, but it slowly drains life from it. Day by day, excitement fades, curiosity disappears, and energy turns into routine. Without growth, partners stop learning new things about each other, and the relationship becomes predictable. Predictability in moderation feels safe, but predictability without growth feels lifeless. Back. That's when people begin to question if they are still meant to be together, when the real issue isn't love, but the lack of progress. Love doesn't just need nurturing, it needs momentum. Back. Growth doesn't mean both people have to be identical or share the same exact path. It means they both keep moving forward, even if in different directions, while supporting and respecting each other's journeys. It back. One partner may grow through career ambitions, while the other grows through personal healing or creativity. What matters is the shared mindset, the belief that life is meant to be lived with purpose. It back, and relationships are meant to be places of accountability. When both carry this mindset, they pull each other higher rather than weigh each other down. Challenges are inevitable in any relationship, but growth determines how those challenges are handled. If both partners value growth, they won't shy away from hard conversations. They'll embrace them as necessary for progress. Back. They won't sweep issues under the rug. They'll face them with honesty and courage. They won't settle for cycles of conflict. They'll break those cycles by learning new ways to connect. In this sense, back. Growth is not just about personal success. It is about collective resilience. It ensures that obstacles become stepping stones rather than roadblocks. When people stop growing, they start resenting. Resentment often comes disguised as boredom, frustration, or disconnection. But beneath it all lies the sense that one person is no longer contributing to the expansion of the relationship. True love requires energy, back, and growth provides that energy. It makes people look at each other with fresh admiration instead of stale familiarity. It keeps conversations alive, dreams expanding, and intimacy evolving. Without growth, back, even deep love can feel heavy. With growth, even difficult love feels hopeful. Think of growth in a relationship like oxygen in a room. You don't notice it when it's present, but when it's gone, everything suffocates. Growth fuels curiosity, respect, intimacy, and passion. It prevents partners from taking each other for granted. It keeps love dynamic rather than static. It ensures that the relationship is not just a place of rest, but also a place of rise. When two people continue to grow, they remind each other every day why they chose this partnership, not just for who they were, but for who they are becoming together. The truth is, relationships are not meant to stay the same. They are living entities that either evolve or dissolve. Back. Growth is the difference between couples who drift apart and couples who grow old together with admiration still in their eyes. When both people commit to their own evolution and to each other's, back, the relationship becomes unbreakable. It doesn't just survive challenges, it thrives because of them. It doesn't just endure time, it becomes stronger with time. Back. Mutual growth is not an option for lasting love. It is the foundation that makes it possible. Love is not a single promise made once. It is a choice renewed daily. In the beginning, back, passion can make it feel effortless to stay connected, but over time, life tests that connection. There are days filled with joy and days filled with frustration, moments of laughter and moments of silence. Through it all, what defines the strength of a relationship is the willingness to choose each other again and again. That choice is not always easy. It requires patience, forgiveness, and understanding. Back, even when emotions feel heavy. Real commitment is not passive, it is active. It is easy to say, I love you, when everything is going smoothly, but the real test is when things feel uncertain or strained. Back, love is not proven during the highs, but during the lows. Choosing each other in the midst of challenges means standing as partners, not opponents. Back. It means remembering the bigger picture rather than clinging to temporary frustrations. Choosing each other daily is not about ignoring flaws, but about valuing the person more than the problem. That consistent choice builds trust, stability, and resilience that no temporary setback can erase. Every long-lasting relationship is built on habits, not grand gestures alone. Daily acts of kindness, it back. Moments of gratitude, words of encouragement, and respect and communication all accumulate into something powerful. Small choices matter more than rare big ones. A surprise gift is beautiful, back, but listening with presence every day matters more. A romantic trip is exciting, but standing beside each other in daily routines creates deeper intimacy. When love is lived out in daily action, it becomes more than emotion, it becomes devotion. Commitment is not about staying only when it is convenient. It is about showing up even when it feels hard, even when you disagree, even when you feel tired. Back, the choice to stay consistent when circumstances shift builds the strongest bonds. Without commitment, love becomes fragile, bending with every obstacle. With commitment, love becomes enduring, bending but never breaking. That is why true passion is not lost when effort is present. Passion fades when it is left unattended, but commitment reignites it through intentional action. The daily choice is also about respect. Back, respect in how you speak, how you act, and how you prioritize your partner. Words spoken in anger can cut deeper than silence, and actions taken carelessly can leave ones that linger. Respect ensures that even in conflict, the relationship is protected. It reminds both people that the bond matters more than the ego. Respect turns daily choices into acts of love, not just habits. That it transforms. I have to, I want to. That transformation is what makes love lasting. Love that endures does not demand perfection. It asks for consistency. It asks for presence. It asks for the willingness to keep choosing even when life is complicated. Commitment means choosing to communicate instead of shutting down. It means choosing to work through struggles instead of walking away. Back. It means choosing to love on the days when feelings feel distant. That choice builds depth. That choice builds trust. That choice builds the kind of love that is not shaken by storms. Back. There is also freedom in daily commitment. When both partners know that love is not conditional but intentional, they feel safe to be authentic. They don't fear rejection at the first sign of struggle. Back. And they don't need to pretend to be perfect. That safety creates openness, and openness creates intimacy. When love is secure, partners can grow individually and still know they will be chosen. Back, a daily commitment turns love into a sanctuary where both people can be vulnerable and strong at the same time. Passion in a relationship is not something that magically stays alive. It is something both partners nurture through effort. Choosing to be intentional keeps passion alive. Whether it's showing appreciation, planning meaningful time together, or expressing love in words and actions, these small efforts add up. Without intentionality, love fades into routine. With intentionality, routine becomes romance. The daily choice to invest in each other ensures that passion is not lost but constantly renewed. That is why commitment and passion are not opposites. They fuel each other. When commitment is chosen daily, it creates stability that extends far beyond the relationship itself. It affects families, friendships, and even personal growth. The strength of that bond becomes an example for others. It shows that love is not fragile but powerful when cared for. It proves that lasting relationships are possible in a world that often doubts them. That example becomes a light, reminding others that true love is built not in a moment, but in a lifetime of moments. And that light inspires more love to grow. The truth about lasting relationships is this: love is not sustained by chance. It is sustained by choice. Feelings come and go, but choices create permanence. Every day, both partners are faced with a decision. Do I choose this again? And when that answer is yes, over and over, love becomes unshakable. The decision to choose each other daily is what keeps love alive through decades, through hardships and through change. That is what makes a relationship last, not one grand vow, but a lifetime of small, faithful choices.